And because the bigger airports are making this conversion to larger planes, Dothan will get a smaller plane of its own. Currently, the Dothan Regional Airport shares a Northwest Saab plane with the Columbus, Georgia Airport. Passengers flying on one of Northwest's 3 flights out of Dothan have at least a 20-minute layover in Columbus. But with the new plane, the layover will be no longer.
Our own aircraft and do not have to share, then we will have all 33 seats of the Saab to book out of Dothan.
And more good news for flyers. The Dothan Airport says this will not increase the rates. Police in Ozark are investigating several new leads.
We also are going to hear from Jerry Richards about the I-10 connector, but this time I'll turn it over to Miss Angela McNeil.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Jason.
Welcome.
I'll be real short because I know you've been here for a while, but I just wanted to tell you a few things about the Dothan Regional Airport. I've been the marketing director there for almost 3 years now, and one of the first things I did after I became the marketing director was I changed the name of the airport because no one knew the name of the airport. We did a survey and we had a lot of different responses. So we changed the name Dothan Regional Airport because we do serve a region of southeast Alabama. We are located in the city limits of Dothan, but we're located in Dale County. So I'll let you figure that one out. But we were annexed into the Dothan city limits, and we do have some new neighbors that have just been annexed in with us, and that is Wallace College, and we're glad to have them join us. We are not a municipal airport. A lot of people think that we are, but we are governed by an authority. And our authority is the Dothan-Houston County Airport Authority, and we have 4 authority members that govern our airport and our industrial park. We are very excited with the news that we are building a new airport terminal. Hopefully, we're going to be into our new terminal by the end of April. The terminal that we're in right now was opened in 1965. And if you've been out there lately, you know that it is very dated. It would have cost a large amount of money to have renovated the building, and we've had a lot of structural problems with it. So they came to the decision to construct a new terminal building, and we're going to demolish the old building and use that area for additional taxiway and runway space and parking. The new terminal we're building it large enough that we're going to have room for expansion. We will be able to accommodate 3 airlines, and I'm sure that probably won't happen in any of our lifetime, but as Dothan grows, we are trying to look for the future, and it will be able to accommodate the 3 airlines. Some of the nice features that we're going to have is we're going to have a restaurant that serves hot meals 5 days a week. And they'll also have like the sandwiches. We're real excited about that. We're going to have a conference business center room, and that will be for the businessmen. And in the business center room, they will be able to go in and plug in their laptop computers. We will have also a fax machine and a copy machine. So while they're waiting for their flight, they will be able to conduct business. So we're really excited about that, and we feel that like that's going to really be a big plus. In the administrative side of the building, we're going to have a really nice large conference room, and we are going to have it equipped so that you will be able to do like PowerPoint presentations. We will rent this out. Like a lot of times we have attorneys that will call and need to do depositions and want to come out to the airport with someone that's flying in. So when we do have that, we will rent it out for a small fee for them to use it, but it will also be open to the community to use for meetings that they need out there. A lot of times, PIMCO, which is part of our industrial park, they have meetings where they have people that are flying in, they need to conduct business. So we'll have this nice conference room so that PIMCO will be able to use it, Wallace College would be able to use it, the chamber if they're meeting with a business prospect, whatever. So we're really excited about the conference room that we're going to have out there. We will be having an open house and a ribbon cutting, so just watch your newspaper and we'll have the date on that, and we invite each one of you to come out. Today we did make front page of the Dothan Eagle, and you did see a picture, and that's going to be the main entranceway, and it has a lot of windows. It's going to be very open, very airy, very nice. So I think you're all going to be very pleased with what we've done. Some of the other things, the airline that we have serving us right now is ASA, which is the Delta connection. We have 6 flights a day that come in. As you know, December 1st, we did start jet service. We're very excited about the jet service coming into Dothan. Right now, we have 4 jets that are CRJs, which is the Canadair regional jets that fly in. They are 50-passenger jets, very smooth, quiet ride to Atlanta. Once you get up in the air and get airborne, it takes you 27 minutes to fly from Dothan to Atlanta. Now, don't add in the time you sit on the runway waiting to take off. That's once you get airborne until you touch down, 27 minutes. That's kind of hard to believe. But we have 4 of those a day, and then we have 2 of our what's called our ATRs. These are 66-passenger. They are turboprop, but it is a very nice ride also. They're very roomy. I would just about as soon go on the ATR as I had the CRJ. So we're really happy to have the equipment that we have in our airport right now. It's helping our businessmen are very, very pleased that fly real often. One thing I wanted to tell you is you probably do not realize that the Dothan Regional Airport is the 3rd busiest airport in the state of Alabama. Ahead of us only comes Birmingham and Mobile. And what we mean by busiest is that means the operations that take effect out at the airport, the landings and the takeoffs. Now, the way that we're the 3rd busiest is because we have a lot of training that goes on out at the Dothan Regional Airport. We have flight safety that's located in our industrial park. They do a lot of training, flight lessons out there. And then Fort Rooker also utilizes our airport with a lot of their helicopter training. Just to give you an idea, in 2000, we had 95,000 operations at the airport. And of course, in 2001, we did not have as many because of the 911 that happened. But in 2001, we had 90,000 operations. So a lot of people are don't realize that we're the 3rd busiest. So we do have a lot of activity that goes on out there. Not only our commercial flights, but a lot of the training activity also. Jason wanted me to touch on the security measures because I know a lot of you have heard things in the news, and things have changed since September the 11th out there. But we have our own police department and our own fire department that is part of the Dothan Regional Airport. Our policemen and our firemen are certified policemen and firemen. They go to the same academy as the City of Dothan police and firemen. Since September the 11th, we have had to hire additional security personnel out there because of the regulations. We also have had the National Guardsmen that have been out there assisting us. If you come out there, you'll see the Hummers sitting out there, and you'll see the National Guardsmen walking around. They are very visible in the screening area and in front of the terminal building, and we appreciate the support that they've given us. I do want to say at this time, too, that I want to give the City of Dothan Police Department a big thank you, because after things happened like they did, we could have not carried on like we did. They were out there immediately. They assisted us until we could hire additional personnel, and we're just very fortunate to have them that back us up and the support that they do give us out at the airport. At one time, we were searching vehicles. The reason we were is because at that time, the FAA had a regulation that said that no vehicles could be parked within 100 feet of the terminal building. Well, if you go out 100 feet from the terminal building at our airport, that takes up about 2/3 of our parking lot. So we pleaded with them, and they decided to let us do car searches. We had a choice. We could have either said, okay, you have to park over across the road in a field and walk, or you can have your car searched. So we chose, after they said we could, to search the cars. So at one time, if you did come into the airport parking lot, you did have to have your vehicle searched, and that was why, because we felt like you would rather maybe have a little inconvenience of having your car searched than having to park across the road and walk so far. Luckily, that has been lifted. We do still have some very strict regulations, and I just wanted to go over just a few of them, so if you are flying, you will know what to expect. One thing that we do ask is that you be there an hour and a half before your flight time. This is because of the extra time that it does take to check in now. They are doing random checks, and if the computer kicks out your name, you're one of the lucky people that they pull over to the side and say, open up your baggage, and they go completely through all of your baggage. You get to stand there and watch them, but they search your baggage. They may search your shoes since the incident, but you have to take your shoes off, whatever. So, they still do the random checks, and that's why we ask you to be there a little bit ahead of time, because they need that extra time to do that. Another thing that they just started not long ago was they have to match the bags up with the passengers. So now you have to be checked in at least 30 minutes before your flight leaves. If you walk up to the counter and it's 29 minutes before time, you're not going to go. You'll have to wait till the next flight. That is to give the airline enough time to make sure that someone didn't just check in a bag and they're not getting on the flight. They have to match them up. So that takes a little extra time. We also ask that you take no packages that are wrapped, because if your packages are wrapped, when you go through screening, they may be subject to be unwrapped. So we ask that you do not wrap any of the packages. Also, they have a new rule now, too, that you can have only one carry-on. So ladies, if that's you, you can carry a purse and a carry-on. Men, that would be like a laptop. You could have it in a case and then one carry-on. So they have put limitations on that. One thing now is we are continuously walking through the terminal, our security people, and they're looking for bags that are unattended. If you do leave your bags unattended, they will be taken by our security people. So you have to stay with your baggage. One thing also is, I know a lot of times people used to park at the curb and run inside and whatever. There is no more parking at the curb. We cannot allow to have unattended vehicles parked there. So please remember that, and please be patient. Most people are very understanding of that. That is not our rule. That is an FAA regulation. If they come down and we have cars that are parked out there unattended, then they can close us down. So, most people have been very understanding. But this is just some of the tips I wanted to pass on to you about flying. And one thing that I always like to tell people to do is when you're packing, always pack some extra patience, because sometimes you need them when you're flying. Does anyone have any questions? I went real fast.
One question: if you're picking up a large package that the airline is shipped in, you can't park at the curb and pick it up?
Not if you are alone. We have bought 2 of the carrier-like things that you can roll, and what you have to do is just like park in the parking lot, and then you can walk up, and get one of the carry things, put your foot and pull it. Because we know a lot of people are alone and they do have heavy baggage, so we did invest in buying some of those. You cannot leave your car unattended. So you'll need to take somebody with you.
What kind of progress has been made with the airport authority and the city to get another carrier in since Northwest left?
Okay, we are working on that. We have been working on that. Things were looking pretty good before September the 11th. Right now, things aren't looking so good because the airlines have lost so much money, and of course, right now they're not going to venture out. A lot of people say, "Why do you not have?" It's not as easy as calling up on the phone and saying, "Hey, we would like for you to provide commercial air service into Dothan, Alabama." It is not that easy. There's a limited amount of airlines that you can go to that provide service, like ASA and Northwest Airlink. And a lot of people want to say, well, why don't you get someone like AirTran in? Well, I'll tell you this. AirTran just went into Pensacola, Florida. They had to promise them $2 million for 2 years straight to get them in. We don't have that kind of money. And I don't think the community would be real happy if our chamber and our city put up that kind of money to guarantee that service. But we do know that we do need competition. We are aware of that, and believe you me, we are making visits and we're working on it.
And what kind of luck you slating on Dallas or besides Atlanta or Charlotte or which
Okay.
one?
We have looked at airlines that have hubs in Charlotte. We have looked at airlines that have hubs in Dallas. So, I mean, we've sent marketing packages out to numerous. But like I said, you know, everyone's lost money, so they're not going to venture out right now. But hopefully, we will get one.
Question I've been wondering for a good many years. Sales tax y'all collect out there, does it go to Dale County or to the city of Dothan?
Well, us as an authority, we do not collect any sales tax.
You don't, on food,
No,
no?
the restaurant is privately owned, so they collect their own sales tax. And if I'm not mistaken, it goes to Dale County because it's in Dale County. Because I know, like the car rentals, the tags they buy,
How much is sales tax?
I have no idea how much they pay. I have no idea.
How about on the tickets and all that? There's no sales tax?
There is not a sales tax. There's what's called a passenger facility charge, which is what we call PFC, and it's $4.50. And that's just each airport has a passenger facility, and that is the money that comes to us. So that's what we're building the terminal with, is that money. So if you're not a flying person, then you're not helping to pay for the airport terminal. Because a lot of people, you know, think that their sales tax money goes to building the airport terminal. It does not.
No, I know, it goes, supposedly goes to city of Dothan and also Dale County.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
there's 4-cent sales state tax out there. Dale County's got 2. City of Dothan got 3, so it should be 9 cents.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was asking you, everywhere else in Dothan except in Dale County, it's 9 cents. I mean, 8 cents.
8 cent. Mm-hmm.
That's why I
Yeah.
was asking.
I know, like the car rentals, when they purchase tax for their cars, you know, it's through Dale County, so they're getting the taxes because, you know, of that.
What kind of revenue are you taking in from the parking company from APAC? Because the fees in Dothan are exactly the fees with Atlanta. Now Atlanta, we're talking about so many million and limited space. Dothan has quite a bit of space, and why are the fees equal with Atlanta?
First of all, I was not aware that they were. I thought that they were higher in Atlanta.
No.
I will check into that, but I do get newsletters from other airports, and compared to other airports around, ours are very low compared to some around. What we do, they pay us so much per, they do it, we give them a count of the passengers. We get a percentage of how many cars are parked in that parking lot. They keep a number.
I see.
So we get a percentage of the cars that are parked in the parking lot.
Because I know APAC, you know, is
Right.
represented in all kinds of cities in the United States.
Right,
And they charging. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
get anything for nothing, you know.
right.
But there are also some airports in the United States you don't pay anything.
Yeah.
And it's the same size of those. For instance, Fort Hill, Idaho, you don't pay a dime.
Yeah. And I know, like Albany, Georgia, they do not. But, you know, they make up the money some other way.
Paying is fine, you know, but I mean,
Right.
equal with Atlanta, you know. It's
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. McNeil, for
You're
being
welcome.
with us tonight.
And I did bring a rendering
Yes.
of the new airport terminal, so if you're interested in seeing what the new terminal is going to look like, it's up here.
And anybody can drive out there, and you can drive by on the main road if you want to see the progress of the new building, correct? There's not a fee to look. So we thank you for here again being with us, giving us this very important information, just keeping us up to date on the airport. Thank you, ma'am. Everybody should have here again a card. You can reach me at that jrudd.dothan.org. For the cameras, for those watching at home, this is the District 4 Forum. It's February the 7th, 2002. We started at 7 o'clock tonight. It's going on a little after 8 o'clock, almost 8:15. So we've been here about an hour and 15 minutes. Had a lot of information. We just heard from Miss Angela McNeil, Marketing Director of the Dothan Regional Airport. And we're fixing to hear from Jerry Richards. Jerry is going to give us some information about the I-10 connector, where some of the different routes that I know everybody in here has heard about. He is with a group called...
That's Clifford. He just goes Can you stay? I'm just going to put him up. I don't mind it. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't have nothing on me. Stay down. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that. I have nothing on me. I'm sorry. Okay? Just lean forward. Get up. I won't get up. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got nobody else. I got an engine. I was talking to nobody else. I'm not going to that's one of the things. I won't talk to nobody else. Please. I'm okay, I promise. I promise I won't hurt nobody. I won't hurt nobody, I promise. Somebody do me a favor. He's up here for that. See if there's a Johnson. I got one. I'm not sure if it's nursery or not. But anyway, security made him leave. They're really ticked off about that. So he didn't come back. He went home, got to go and take that. Come back. And then he directed that security guard. He said he never pointed at him. He had it down low and was starting to bring it up. And he said, I'll kill you. And that's where the security guard grabbed him. You know which car is that?
So there's a red one that's parked up here with a, like the brake light or something on it. Is that still there?
We need to get up to security and see if they know for sure. But he's probably got another gun in the car too. The security guard probably got both guns. He's over there.
I'll go with Gibbons over there and I'll start getting information and paperwork on it.
What about injuries? He's got a pretty good cut on his forearm, but I can't tell where it came from. It's pretty deep. We need to take him.
I know exactly where it was. It's off the ground. There's big blood gas and stuff on part of the gun. Yeah. Probably when he went to the ground. And the security on the ground.
Yeah, they blew all up there. Security blew all up there.
Let me explain something to you about that pistol, okay?
I've got a permit.
That's all fine and dandy, but whenever you've been drinking and you carry that pistol, that
no
permit
good.
don't mean squat.
It does too. I got a permit.
Doesn't matter.
It does too. Let's take it to court, baby.
Do you see your gun?
Yeah. I'll take it to court with you.
All right.
Because I don't bother nobody. That's protection. Only. I don't hurt nobody. I ain't got to kill nobody.
You've been arrested and charged with public intoxication.
Okay.
All right. You got a $300 bond on that. You'll be here a minimum of 4 hours before you make bond. But you also have a hold for one of our investigators upstairs is wanting to talk to you.
Okay, I want to talk to them.
Okay, we're going to be in the morning before he comes in, so it's going to be sometime in the morning.
Well, I'm in my phone call today.
Well, you can get a phone call for a while, as long as you stay cooperative and don't get irate. You get a phone call.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
Okay.
Carol's intuition was right. The next day, Stark police found JB's car on an isolated road about a mile from the convenience store. There was no damage to the car, and it was relatively clean. Even their purses were still inside. All that was missing, the car keys, with a chain of beads that said, "Hard to get." Police waited for hours for the girls to show up. Finally, they popped the trunk and made the gruesome discovery. The girls were in the trunk.
Both were deceased and had been here approximately 24 hours from what we could tell.
He said, "Cheryl, they're murdered. They're murdered." And I threw the phone and I screamed and I screamed.
Police aren't sure exactly what happened after the girls left the gas station, but they speculate that someone chased them through the woods and then raped one of them. They were then forced into the trunk, and that was just the beginning.
The two girls, J.B. Beasley and Tracy Hollett, were found here in the rear of the vehicle, both shot one time in the head.
Police had no idea why anyone would want to kill Tracy and J.B. There was no suspect, no witnesses, and no motive. For weeks, police looked for clues. They were desperate to find the killer. That's when 28-year-old Johnny Barentine came forward.
Johnny had indicated that he had seen the car, he had seen the girls, and he had picked up a man that had tattoos, and he had talked to the girls.
Barentine also said he was present at the crime scene, so the police had no choice but to arrest him. They thought they had their guy.
It's not every day you have someone to come in and confess to being present at a capital murder and also becoming a participant by taking the gunman away.
Little by little, Barentine's story fell apart. It soon became apparent he made the whole thing up. So why would Barentine lie to the police?
Mr. Barentine has stated to us that the only reason he made the statement was to try to collect on the reward money.
So now the investigation is back to square one. Who killed Tracy and J.B.?
I don't know how I've gotten through this year. I prayed to die so many days. Lay there and say, "God, just take me." I go in there and hug her purse, or I hug her clothes, or, I just trying to be close to her.
I want to see whoever did this to Tracy and J.B. I want to see them caught. I want them off the street, and I want them put to death.
There's one clue barely visible on the surveillance tape from the convenience store. It shows a white pickup truck at the gas pump.
We never saw anybody get out of the truck, but we do know that the truck was there at the same time the girls were at the payphones. The truck left shortly before the girls left. What we'd like to know is who's in the truck.
It's not much to go on, but the truck could be the only link to a vicious killer.
The person that is responsible for this crime is a very cold-blooded, very heartless individual. Of course, we want to know who done it, but a bigger question that I have is to why. Why did you need to kill these two girls?
If you know anything about the murders of Tracy Hollett and J.B. Beasley, or know who was driving the white pickup truck, do the right thing. Please call 1-800-CRIME-TV tonight.
So here are some tips if you're a victim of overbooking. First, go to the ticket counter. Now, if you leave, you're telling the airlines you accept being bumped or delayed. If you are delayed several hours, it's reasonable to ask for some food vouchers that you can use those while you're waiting to help tide you over. If those hours turn into an overnight wait, you can also ask for hotel accommodations. Again, the airlines are not obligated to give you anything, but AAA says the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and if you stay and demand compensation at the ticket counter, the airlines will usually give in. Now, the best advice to avoid getting bumped, get there early. Most airlines prioritize based on who checked in first. Angie?
Thanks, Nicole. Travel problems have a large impact on the Wiregrass business community. When new businesses look at a place to relocate, highway and airport access is one of their first priorities. News 4's Shelley Weiss continues our team coverage. She joins us now from the newsroom with more on travel problems for area business people. Shelley?
John, many businesses rely on quick and easy access to many places around the country, but they say making travel plans out of Dothan can sometimes be difficult. So they're opting to go with other airports in other places.
Alan Clark travels to various DSI security branches around the southeast, and most of the time he flies, but not out of the Dothan Regional Airport.
Most we fly out of Tallahassee because we do go south a lot, and it's cheaper and a lot less hassle.
Problems with flight delays and connections in Atlanta or Memphis, as well as high prices, have driven some travelers like Clark to drive to other airports, something that could be preventing businesses from choosing Dothan as a place to locate.
The easier it is to get in and out of the place, that is what a business needs to bring in their raw materials or take their products out.
And while some business travelers like Clark have time to travel to other airports, others are forced to move their business where travel is timely and convenient.
More businesses that are here, it helps my business because I'm in the service business. So we want it as a positive influence, a positive thing to come to Dothan. And when it's hard to get here or you have to go a roundabout way to get here, it makes it very difficult.
Now, business travelers say that they realize that there are flight cancellation and delays in most airports across the country. But, John, many of them say that they've gotten stuck in Atlanta or Memphis one time too many and they're not willing to try again. Hopefully with those extra flights it will help.
Maybe it will help some. Thanks. Shelley Weiss reporting.
Well, buying a plane ticket can definitely have a negative impact on your wallet.
When it's time to buy the ticket, you want to make sure you're getting the best deal.
News 4 researched prices at some local airports and found that a round-trip ticket from Dothan to Atlanta would cost you $339.
The same ticket, if you left from Panama City, would cost almost $20 more, bringing the total price to $358.
And if you left from the airport in Montgomery, the price jumps to $526.
These prices are based on at least a 7-day advance reservation, but can vary depending on a number of factors.
Well, Hurricane Debbie is now Tropical Storm Debbie, but the storm could soon be upgraded once again.
What you hold dear, and retirement planning to help you prepare for your future. If you can picture it, Nationwide can too. Nationwide, insurance, financial services on your side.
An equal housing opportunity insurer.
What do this egg, that tub full of water, and this supermodel tell us about the creation of the universe? The answer? Thursday on Brave New World.
Come home to the new Rudd Furniture Company. For over 54 years, we've served the families of the Dothan area with quality and value. Choose a new bedroom, a comfortable sofa and chair, and finally, relax with one of our quality entertainment centers.
Question, did you sleep good last night? What about a Sealy Posturepedic queen size, $400?
You'll find quality name brands at guaranteed everyday low prices. As always, fast, free delivery. That's Rudd Furniture Company, 1109 West Main Street in Dothan.
What if shopping for furniture was less like shopping and more like the actual furniture? Comforting, soothing, and anything but hard. Unlike other stores, at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we know that to be truly comfortable with your furniture, you need to be comfortable with where you buy it.
A story like the one unfolding in Fort Worth this evening tends to put even a hurricane into perspective. It has already been an enormously disruptive storm. More than 3 million people have been encouraged, urged, and ordered out of Hurricane Floyd's path. But thus far, at least, there are no deaths. At this hour, Floyd is drawing a bead on the Atlantic coastline where North and South Carolina come together. We begin tonight with a live update on the storm's intensity and projected path from the former director of the National Hurricane Center.